Oh, it's popped up on my phone.
Hello there.
A huge live stream tonight. As you guys can see, I have multiple people on our little screen, and this is the Skeleton Crew reunion show. How's it going, everybody?
Welcome.
Going well.
Going well.
Fantastic.
Man,
Everyone have a
we are
nice Thanksgiving.
What did
Yeah,
you do
how's-
last night?
how's everybody's Thanksgiving? Hopefully you guys had
Delicious.
some great time, great food,
Still
great
full.
company.
Still full.
The apple pie keeps on giving.
There you go.
Well, as you guys can see, I am joined by Jose from General Kenobi's bunker. We
Hello
have Captain Bane himself, Marty Matulis. We have Gordon Tarpley. We have Mike and Rob Cena. Tate Fletcher himself with that magnificent beard.
Yeah, putting
We
us
have
to
the-
shame.
We have the almighty Kona herself, Miss Cisa
Yes.
Gray. We had Dominic Burgess. We have Jacob and Tamara.
Hey.
Woohoo!
Again, guys, I'm so appreciative that you guys decided to get on. It means the world. And like I said before we got on this live stream, I did an interview with Rob, and we were talking about how Skeleton Crew deserves their own second season. And I was telling him that it would be cool to have like a reunion show with all the cast members. And him jokingly was like, "You should do it." And I was like, okay. So I started messaging people around, and everybody started to say yes. And then it just manifested into this as we're doing tonight.
Which, by the way, on the date of the 1-year anniversary of the show Skeleton Crew. So come on. I mean,
Nuts.
we gotta give it up for that.
Thank you.
Gotta love it.
Crazy.
Yeah, so congrats
Strategy. Very
to
good strategy.
all of y'all for being involved, of course, and thank you for what you did. It was a super enjoyable show. We'll gush over it all throughout the stream, by the way. Just fair warning. But yes, so it just worked out perfect, right, for the date.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was actually in Nashville when we were all messaging each other and like trying to figure out dates to do this. And like I said before, I looked at the second week of December and I was like, work is gonna be crazy. The third week, I was like, no, my clinic is gonna be full. And then I was like, I'll just do the first week of December. And then last week, I got the notification from like Facebook memories of actually messaging Marty, like trying to harass him, asking him if he was Captain Bane, and he wouldn't tell me anything. And then
He's so
they start,
sneaky.
they start releasing like little trailer tidbits. And I was like, Marty, you're Bane. I was like, I knew it. I was like, I know those freaking eyes.
That's all I had to work with. That was
But
a
no,
lot of
like-
face on that face.
Yeah, that show was, like I said, guys, that show was amazing. It meant so much to me. And like the original first time Jose and I got to actually interview Marty when the show first aired, I think it was like 2 days after it aired. And we were just talking about how the show reminded us so much about the Goonies. I had this conversation with Cisa and Rob about it. It was like a mixture of like the Goonies, the movie Hook, and it just brought me back to being a kid again and like playing with my friends and exploring outside and just having a great time.
So true. So true.
Yeah, agree. I think it was an accumulation of those feelings that those shows brought that was incorporated in Skeleton Crew.
When
Yeah.
you're shooting it, you only get to see what you get to see. So watching it for the first time as a fan, I lost it when the kid chucked their bike over the thing. I've chucked my bike over so many things. Like, that was dead on. Dead on. Childhood, 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get over that fence.
You gotta do it.
So yeah, maybe that can be our first question. Do you guys? I mean, did you even have the opportunity? I know y'all are pretty busy, but a year ago, did you guys have the opportunity to actually watch the show as it was coming out? Were you there? Like for? I mean, obviously you were for the premiere event, but I'm saying like once it became available to everybody, were you guys able to watch it then? Just like the rest of us.
A few of us jumped the fence at Disneyland to get into the premiere.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We had to
That's why I
punch a
saw
few
Marty
mice to get through there.
Nice.
Gordon was like, "What?" And I just ran.
I'm out of here. Get off,
Yeah.
buddy.
So they showed us, was it the first 3 episodes?
Yeah.
In the old Captain EO stage. So we had like 400
Awesome.
people.
Yeah.
So to get live reaction of the people who made the show while it was airing for the first time was a great introduction to the beautiful show that it turned out to be.
And it's like Marty said, it's when for a lot of us, you know what you're doing on the day. You kind of have a general idea of what's happening around your scene. And then outside of that, you don't know. So it's like all this stuff, I had no idea what's going to happen. You can probably put things together when you're on set enough. You're like, oh, okay, this guy's here and he's here and I see this thing happening. But you have no idea. So it's just like as fresh of a show for me as it was for, if I never was worked on it. So
Nice.
it was still real fun.
That is the fun game on the day, trying to stitch it all together and figure something out.
What is happening?
Who's that guy? What?
Yeah.
How's that work?
I got
It's
a
all out
couple
of
of
order.
sneak peeks when I ran into Dominic when we went to do ADR recording. So there was a couple of components where they wanted the voice replaced from what was captured on the day on set. So I was able to see a couple of scenes, and I could see a group shot of all the pirates, and then there was a couple of little things I did. But it wasn't much, but it was just enough to like really reignite my excitement about the project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's tricky because you want it to be good. It feels like it's going to be good when you're there, but you're only seeing such a small amount. You're like, I hope they do it, they edit it right or something,
Mm-hmm.
So you never know. You never know what's going to happen in those episodes.
And for my understanding, because I've had the pleasure of interviewing most of you guys, when you guys, I guess, auditioned and got on set, they gave you guys vague information. You guys really didn't know much of like who your characters were. I know some of you guys had like nicknames for some of your characters, but it wasn't like, hey, this is who you are.
Yeah.
A lot of code words, trying to throw fans off the track. Like they try all kinds of trickery to keep things quiet.
The whole casting thing was like that. Like the code name was Grammar Rodeo.
I hope they hear.
They can hear us. We can't hear them.
We can't.
What are you doing, Mike? What are you doing, Mike?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's
We can't hear you.
Cinema, what's going on?
But we
So-
can hear
Turn down the computer.
You guys are on. Mike and
yeah.
we're doing it. It's happening now.
It's live.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was like
I'm
Grammar
texting
Rodeo
him
was
right now going, we all hear you, but he's saying he can't hear us.
I can only hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's selective. I see how it is. That's fine.
Well, now that this is falling apart, hey Tate, what's your dog's name?
We're trying to fix our
Okay.
technical difficulties.
Oh,
Boogie.
what's her name?
Shaba.
Shaba.
We could hear
Aw.
Jacob,
Cute.
and we could hear.
Oh,
Can you hear
buddy.
me?
I don't know what else.
I can hear you. I can hear all of you
Good
guys.
pup.
Yeah, I can hear,
all
I
of
can hear
you.
everyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good
Was-
puppy right there.
As one of the non-actors on the show, I had the hardest time not geeking out over a lot of you because at the time I was watching Evil. So
Okay.
Marty,
Oh,
can
nice.
you hear me?
Yeah.
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 We're gonna
So I
pop
had a
out and
really
try
hard
to pop back in.
And then Dom, Santa Clarita Diet.
Yeah.
Fan of that. So I was having a real hard time just being quiet and not staring at you guys all the time. Nerding out over your acting skills.
And you probably never saw her real faces.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't
You
think
did.
you did.
I would catch little glimpses here and there, but I remember you, Marty,
Tam sees everything.
from other seasons. Yeah. And then Cisa, boy, when you're around Cisa, you just feel like you've known her forever. And we'd never met
Yeah.
before and
She's the
never really
best.
seen each other since.
We have the best time, sis.
Yeah.
I love
Bonded over
Cisa.
Jude Law's chest here.
You were there for a couple of hard shots. Those couple of hard shots, sis, with a couple of the
There we
the
are.
actors. That was really entertaining.
Yeah, you all did such a great job, though. I mean, we had to put you guys through so much with your makeups and your costumes, and running through corridors jam packed with other actors that couldn't see, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm
you
not
guys
going to
are a lot of
complain.
fun
I
to
had
be
no
around.
prosthetics. I
Yeah.
cannot complain.
They didn't glue anything on you just for fun.
Nothing.
I swear,
Nah.
one day I would love to experience what you guys go through with like having prosthetics glued on you, because I've tried it before at home and it's annoyed me. But I would love to like actually sit down and deal with what you guys deal with.
I love
might.
it. I love it. I love that whole process. I find it really liberating in terms of you find new ways to move physically, and it's like mask work in a way. I love the whole process, and those guys that do the makeup. Scott Stoddard was working on mine, and Ian, and they are such artists and such perfectionists, and God bless my contact lens technician, Diana. She was incredible. Because I've had some terrible contact lenses in the past, but Diana was incredible.
They're absolutely right, Dom. I played a wolf for DC Legends of Tomorrow, and it started from 5 hours in the chair, and we got it all the way down to 3 hours. That was a part I did not like, but to say with what you just agree with what you just said, Dom, I do agree on it bringing a whole new aspect to your character. Being a wolf, with those prosthetics really, really got me into character, and it was super fun. But the part that I didn't like was because I sweat easily to begin with. So every time they had to go poke holes because they would see a sack of sweat somewhere and they'd have to get in there. But it was, oh my gosh, it was so uncomfortable, guys. Oh, but I loved it. It really, really brings you into character.
Mm-hmm.
You got taken it was silicone then, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because the silicone doesn't. The foam latex sucks up your sweat, but silicone, every time I'm in it, it looks like all of a sudden sweat starts dripping out of my nose, and or I'm crying. I'm like, I'm not crying. It's just sweat. I swear.
So true.
Tamar, you guys probably dealt a lot with the prosthetics, with the behind the scenes with Skeleton Crew. It was probably a lot of hours and work that you guys had to deal with.
Well, for me, I wasn't really involved with the makeup prosthetics. I was more with the creatures and the puppets. And I did work with Dawn, who played Numa. So a lot of the animatronic heads, going on and off. In the early days of Vane, you were a pullover mask before you got turned into you wore the pullover mask, right? First, Marty?
No, all the way back to the initial casting. Yeah, I made a point of reaching out. I kind of did a little recon to find out who the makeup artists were. It's like, just in case, if you want to do it as a makeup. And they're like, oh, no, we want to do it as a makeup. So from his inception, he was a prosthetic.
So good.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, because there are versions of that species that's a silicone pullover mask for some of the other series. So Dawn and I would deal with a lot of those, and so we got to experience a lot of the sweat pockets, putting those on and off of people.
Not gross at all.
No, not gross at all.
Sweat pocket.
Dude, honestly, those masks, it feels like you're putting your head inside of a gummy bear. It's just like, bleh. And then the whole day, it's like, I made a gummy bear today. It's great.
Yeah, and it's
So
weird because
true.
you can't really hear. It kind of covers up your ears, and
It's awesome.
yeah, we pull all of your hair out. Good time.
Gordon, where do you find a life-size gummy bear?
I guess on set,
Because I want to try this.
Well,
I know. A part of me wants to put
I'll
on like
hook
a
it up.
bald
I'll
cap.
make it
on.
happen.
There you go.
I want to stick my whole head inside of a gummy bear.
I think Tokyo. I think you can get them in Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo.
I was
get
just
giant
there.
ones.
That's a very good point.
I saw you there, Marty, in Tokyo.
That's right. We've chased each other around the globe a little bit.
Yep.
Nice.
You're
Marty on this
faster.
picture. No, I don't know about that. You got to see more stuff.
Got some more stuff. Got some things. Got some
No gummy bear, full size, body.
No,
but
but now I'm gonna
not
look
yet.
at them and get
but
one
next
for Marty.
time.
I'm gonna address our chat real quick. There's a few people here that are saying hi to a whole bunch of you guys.
Oh my
How do you make the
gosh.
chat come up in the thing?
Comments. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh, there's the chat.
Hello, hello.
I'm gonna join
We've
the chat
got
too.
Vicente. We've got Star Wars Hunter saying this is great. Vicente is
wow.
saying so many little screens.
BB screens.
So many little screens.
Got Flex saying, hey y'all. Saying my brother Tate. Dopish Media is saying super awesome.
Interesting.
Vicente says the show was amazing. The whole cast was amazing. We need a second season for sure. Yeah, I want to petition this.
I know.
100.
Hashtag
You know
season
that
2.
my YouTube comments show up twice for you.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Yeah, mine freaked out. I tried to join and said, "Oops, there's been
I
a
just hit it
problem."
once. Anyway, I guess you get double comments. Oh, by the way, Nola, thank you for calling him Captain Vane. It's very optimistic of
Very
you.
nice.
Yeah, I'm being very optimistic about it.
Exactly.
I think
So
Vane would
good.
approve.
Yeah, we're
Not that
willing
he
it
could
up.
handle the responsibility, but I think
I
he'd
honestly wanted a
appreciate where
side.
your head's at.
I honestly wanted a side story of just all the pirates. Honestly, I wanted a side
Like
story
friends
of like,
in an apartment.
yeah, like Friends. They all have like their Friends Bowl cups.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's what's nice about the Star Wars universe, though, is I think even down the road, there's room for, whether it's in animation or in video games or something. For it's such a huge, expansive, connected universe that people can just pop in and out and appear anywhere.
Yeah.
I'd love to see some of the pirate backstory.
Yeah,
How
even
they-
if they did like
together.
I love how Star Wars has been doing a lot of like Tales of the Sith, Tales of the Jedi. Even if they stick to it like as animation, I would love to see like Tales of the Pirates and like just get backstories of how, the pirate crew's getting together, or just different side stories of all different characters.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think pirates are a fun theme within the space element, and I think that there's a lot of references to like crime syndicates and gangster type themes that I think pirates flow in well with any of those Star Wars stories.
Or like how they make their coffee in the morning before they go be piratey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The line at the bathroom to brush their pirate teeth.
The days swinging in the hammocks.
Tamara, Star Wars Hunter says, how many characters did you work on during the season?
Oof, that's a hard one to let's see. So first I was on the Neil team, doing the different iterations of trying to get his character worked out, and then unfortunately I got COVID right as we were going to establish the character on set, so my spot got given to somebody else, which at first I was bummed about, but then it turned out to be really good because I got to make a whole bunch more creatures and be a part of those. So I was part of Neil and his doubles. And then Fuzzball was the next thing I got to make, which was super fun.
Nice.
Yeah, Fuzzball.
Yeah, Fuzzball. And then I got to work on Numa, who Dawn played. I got to puppeteer those ones as well. And then I made her kids, the little trio, the twins and the little toddler guy. The dinghy driver, the little crazy puppets that were eating noodles and stuff. Those were peppered around a lot more. But you really kind of only saw the dinghy driver guy. Let's see. And then Brutus.
Did you do that?
Brutus.
Did you do the 88 droid too that was getting tattooed? Did you do the tattoo droid?
No. So I'm more. So when I do the work at Legacy, I'm more of like a soft goods person. They have a whole team that does the droids and the robots and things like that. Sometimes I get to puppeteer them, which is fun.
That's why I was wondering if you puppeteered. I remember when I met you on set, you were puppeteer. I think it was the little fuzzy one in the cage that was you're talking about a minute ago.
Fuzzball? Yeah, Fuzzball.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were throwing
What
a
other
lot
characters? What other characters did you play in the series? Not just Skeleton Crew.
Well, the only one. So I built and puppeteered a lot of. I've been really lucky to have the opportunities to do these things. The character that I got to play was Max Rebo in Book of Boba Fett. That was fun.
Nice.
And then he just did a weird appearance on Dancing with the Stars, so that was super crazy. Having to run out on live TV and Don shoving my head on and trying to play the drums completely blind, and yeah, it was crazy, but
Awesome.
that was fun. Yeah, my bingo card really got upped because I get to say, as a woman of a certain age, I performed on Dancing with the Stars.
I love it.
Who does that?
Tamara does.
And blindly.
Yeah.
Blindly with anxiety. So, but it was but yeah.
I would have freaked out.
It was just so insane. My boss came up to me and he's like, I just got a weird text. They want Max Rebo on Dancing with the Stars. You want to do it? And I said, yeah, sure. That was like a Thursday. And then it was supposed to be the next Tuesday. So I didn't have time to get nervous or anything. It was like, just show up with our cart full of a creature. And
what song did they play behind there?
it was for the Cantina band.
It
was for Disney night for Star Wars, and then Hilaria Baldwin did the Cantina dance, and Max couldn't save her; she got eliminated. So,
Oh,
damn!
We tried. We tried.
So is Max Rebo just in a cart ready to go then? Because that's a short turnaround.
Yeah, well, he's his blobbiness and his head and his hands and me. So, and then Dawn, my coworker, she usually takes care of me, and we just check it out there and did our 1 minute 30 or whatever it was, and then ran back off.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds like such a fun process.
With the puppets,
Agree.
With the puppets and the specialty costumes, you have this ability to kind of refresh them and reuse them every day, whereas the makeups have to be reapplied every single day.
Yeah.
And they kind of go in the garbage at the end of the day. Most of them get kind of destroyed in the process of making the filming. So that can be advantageous sometimes to have characters that are like masks where they can come back. Or you can say, hey, guess what? We want one on Dancing with the Stars or something like that.
Yeah.
They can live again another day, just like that.
So true.
This thing is so weird.
We've got Gunplay No Type. She said, shout out to Tate for making it to Ocala Comic Con after dealing with a ton of crazy airline. It was great to meet you.
Right on. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, you guys were dealing with a lot of flight issues. Like I went to Ocala Comic Con, and I know a whole bunch of you guys were having issues like getting to Florida.
Was this during the shutdown thing?
No, it was
this was like
Dallas had shut down. Dallas's radar. They said the first time in 50 years the radar didn't work, which to me sounds like somebody hacked their system and they wanted to blame it on something and didn't want to say, I don't know. But all of Dallas Airport, no flights in and out for like 12 hours or something.
That's crazy.
They were probably invaded by space pirates.
It could be. We'll never know. Those files are probably locked.
We've got Dopish Media said the kid stuff was great and wonder how kids thought in the galaxy was good stuff. But second season happens. I would love to see the kids against another group of kid pirates.
Wow. There
That'd
you
be
go.
cool.
That'd be
Great
kinda cool.
idea.
Yeah.
If by kid pirates, I mean like childish pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
it's gotta
list,
be
Marty.
tough because
Emotionally
Yeah,
dysregulated,
not adults that want to be
self-serving
kids.
pirates. Yeah, perfect. I'm in. Sign me up.
I think that'd be tough. Kid pirate or kid pirates with prosthetics would be tough because we're in the makeup chair for 4 or 5 hours, and kids can only work for so many number of hours
Yes.
before
for 1 hour.
Out.
So annoying.
So they'd be in the makeup chair for 5 hours and then be like, you got 2 hours of work and then you got to go to school and then get out.
Is it because they're minors and they have to go to school? That's why they're limited on hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
sucks.
laws about how long you can have children working.
And they had double
Kids,
kids on
lucky
Skeleton Crew,
kids.
photo doubles that were for like over the shoulder stuff, and they'd shoot all these shots after the kids would leave. There'd be all these shots done in the afternoon, and there'd be like, was it Molly? Was it Molly? And who was the other? There was like a couple. A couple of the kids looked. They were adults, but they looked so much like the kids that they could get them in long shots and stuff to cheat it. There was like Neil had a double. Who was
Yeah, it's Casey.
Yeah, and
Casey
so
and Juliana.
we were shooting. The first time I realized it, we had been shooting all day, and then there's the kids. I've been seeing them all day, and then I was like, there's this part where they had to go by me, and I was like, those aren't the kids. There's like some other strangers in their clothes hanging out over here. And I was like, oh yeah, the kids had to go home because they can only work so long, and there were some of those days were like real long. And yep, it is shoot the long shots with these strangers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, animals and children have tighter turnaround times. You're only allowed to work them so many hours in a day, so they'll work around that however they can, and they get really creative about things with doubles or different angles or shooting the group scenes, and then like, okay, they'll cut half the cast and come back for lunch, and now you're shooting close-ups of the same scene that you just shot. So it's always strategic to work around those limitations.
Oh wow. Dom, Star Wars Hunter said, Dom, Beef was a cool character on the show. What was your reaction when you heard your character's name?
I think I was there. Yeah.
Perfect. Actually, Scott and Ian, they made tattoos. So I don't know what the language was, but I had beef written down the side of my arm in tattoo with my scars. So that was a nice. They put so much little details in everything they do. But yeah, just so much fun. I mean, there's so much in a character's name. Beef. Big clouded beef.
There you go.
I always wonder how they sit there and like think of like character names. Like, are they just like getting the letters from Scrabble and just throwing it on the table and seeing like what goes?
I was doing something similar to it because when I first got there, I was like, Kona, why Kona? Why? So I told them, I said, hey guys, I'm Samoan. Do you want to pick a Samoan name? But they were stuck with Kona for some reason. I'm like, okay, Kona it is. But yeah, I wondered where they came about with all the names.
Mystery will never know.
Yeah, but it's kind of so fun because you got things like Vein and Kona and Glub, and then it's just like beef.
But what fun names for a kid's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
True.
Beef.
Beef.
I love that.
I don't think I think if I ever see Dom again at a con, I'm just gonna be like, beef.
Beef. Great names for those Black Series action. Wait a minute, where are those Black Series action figures?
Oh man, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. I was literally
We were
talking
next.
about that.
I heard we were next, and they just never quite came out with them.
Yeah.
I think
wanted
if you
to
come
have
up with the wave of the kids, you need to come up with the wave of the adults.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we were hoping for a school bus with a driver in it. So
Yeah, that'd be great with chewing gum on the back of his head.
yeah,
right.
with that would be like the extra part of the toy is you could put the gum on the back of his head.
Choose your color.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Do
There
it
you go.
yourself.
Hasbro,
Mike,
write it
Rob
down.
was telling me that you guys were in a very tiny confined space while doing the filming with the RX droid.
We're actually doing it right now. That's why we're so close. We're reenacting it. Here, scooch over, man.
Rehearsal, reunion.
There we go.
Yeah, it was a tiny space. We had to. I was in charge of that droid. I was in charge of many of the droids. I was heading one of the departments, so I was actually. I know you were talking earlier, like way earlier, that some of the peeps didn't know what was going on with, or character is you're getting called and you don't know what you're going to shoot or whatever that may be. But I was privy to this all 8 episodes with the scripts and everything, because I had to determine where I needed droids or what droids could fit in on the background side, not the main droids. The main droids were all done by Legacy Effects, but the background droids, the Gatekeeper droid, for instance, the droids that Gordon played a part in.
Yay! Thanks, Senna, for bringing me in. That was awesome.
When they were looking for SM-33, and the guy went back, Jude Law went back to look for SM-33. That whole scene had several guys in there, but on that particular one, the camera goes right through the front non-window of the tram and goes all the way to the back of the tram. So we were there next to it to puppeteer, and it's nothing to do with the radios. We had to be close to it because we wanted to make sure the camera didn't run into the tram droid itself. So we had to be like real careful when it came through to turn it a certain way so it came passing through. And there's not a lot of places you can stand around the thing to really see what you're doing. So that's why we were so close. But yeah, we were right there standing. We were like right underneath that droid.
You make sure you pack extra deodorant that day.
Eat a lot of garlic.
Rob had explained to me how you guys did like that whole filming process. So mind you, I had seen the show now like twice. I rewatched that same episode again after my interview with Rob, and just seeing how like the camera angle came from like the front of the school bus, caught the RX droid, went across the school bus. You get to see all the different kids having all these different little arguments or fight scenes with each other. And then it leads to women kneel. And then it just like goes back to being in its same position. Was just, hearing it from you guys' perspective and then being the viewer and watching it, I got to enjoy it even more.
Yeah, they're fun scenes when you watch them. First of all, you're hoping that they made the cut. Mm-hmm. And then as you're watching them, you're scrutinizing like or looking at it from the camera perspective, which is something you typically don't get to see, right? But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, that just made me think of something. I don't know if this would run afoul of any NDAs, but maybe we can obliquely answer it. But did anyone get anything cut that they were hoping to have seen, that they remember doing? Kona? A speech or something? Perhaps?
Yeah.
I was so sad because I had like a little monologue, and I poured my heart into it. And it was great. Bryce was able to allow me to just, at that last point, give it to me to do it on my own. And, it was just so powerful for me in that moment. And then I was like, bruh, I went to the trash. I was so sad.
It was a good speech. I remember that day.
It was a great one. I loved it. I was looking forward to that one. But it's got to go with what, works for the final cut. And it came out great still.
Speaking I had a little sequence cut, I think in the episode 10, when the pirates go down to the residential area, and Beef had a sequence breaking into Neil's house, and there was a whole thing where Beef was going to find Neil's family, and then Neil's dad bursts out of a closet, and we were talking about it, I think, at Rebel ScumCon, because I guess Estes was in that sequence as well, and they did a whole Ratchet stunt with him where he got thrown up into the ceiling by Neil's dad. And we didn't realize it at the time because, everyone's in prosthetics, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was there on that day. You were there on that day? I was there on that day. And like 3 people realizing that they were all there at the same time, but not realizing because everyone's in prosthetics and makeup. But I was sad to see that little sequence go too.
I was sad to see that go as well. I was sad. Yeah, we shoot a lot of stuff, and then when you watch it, you're like, hey, wait a minute, I remember this happening a different way.
Yeah, I remember Kona the Kona scene, I was there for that whole thing too. And when it wasn't there, I was surprised. I was like, that was like a whole thing is just gone. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a scene that Dawn had that was cut out, and she and I just kind of thought maybe anything that kind of came off a little too violent or aggressive was removed. That's just our
maybe
theory.
that's what there was one thing that I remember doing for Vane. It was after SM punched him across the room and the fight kicked off, but before we got out to the docking bay to get the kids. Vane kind of like there was a scavenger kind of going through the pirate corpses from the fight, and Vane kind of like rose up and grabbed this person, and that was like the one moment when I was like, they don't care what I do. I can like suggest things, and they're like, yeah, sure, try it. How does that? Okay, great. Are you a stunt person? Great, you are. Great. What do you think I could like kind of throw you a little bit? She's like, yeah, great. Talk to Dave Lowry. He's like, yeah, great. So rose up from the mess, like used her to stand up, looked at her, shoved her across the room, and was like, get after those kids. And the cameras swooped in, and Dave Lowry was all excited. He's like, that's a trailer shot. And everyone was like, great, cool. And then,
Never
gone.
It wouldn't have fit. Like I've seen I love everything they did that I saw.
Man.
It wouldn't have fit, but I was kind of sad to not have seen that shot.
Oh my gosh, that's so
We're gonna need
sad.
an extended cut of
director's
season 1,
cut,
apparently.
right?
I mean,
know.
yeah. Come on, we gotta maybe.
Yeah, I
for,
want to see the behind the scenes. I need to
Dude,
hear
yeah.
Lisa's monologue, like her whole entire
I know.
speech.
But you know what?
It's been a
It makes
year.
sense
Wouldn't that be a
with
nice
what Tamara
holiday thing?
said. If Tamara said you think cut anything that was emotional, aggressive, because that would make sense as to why they would cut that out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just our theory that we were talking amongst ourselves, or like we're not ever privy to any adult conversations about how things go. We're just it's just a little theory.
Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Yeah, welcome, Rick. Welcome.
Rick,
We
I
were
miss
just-
you.
We were just trying
too.
for them to, give us a little bit of a scoop. Maybe just brush against a little bit the NDA, but we just wanted to know what some of the stuff that worked on, that didn't actually make the final cut. But welcome, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So we had a question actually from Vicente a little bit ago, saying who do you guys think had the longest time on the set on any given day?
The medic.
Makeup artists probably they're there like early. They
Yeah.
have to remove people and stuff. They were there, and then they clean up all their stuff. So,
Agree.
Yeah.
And usually some PAs are there early.
and wasn't Marty? Didn't you like live there?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. This didn't happen, but if it did, wouldn't it have been cool if I had driven like my Sprinter van RV and like asked them, I was like, hey, if I don't actually leave the RV, can I just like sleep by the makeup trail? So I did do that for I think a couple nights. Allegedly, I parked literally 4 steps from the makeup trailer. And I met the ADs in the morning, like, hey, here's your espresso. And like, my commute was literally like 6 steps.
Nice.
Supposedly.
Convenient.
Allegedly.
Yeah, exactly. Allegedly.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, exactly. Let's see. So I think we're getting some traction here, guys. Let's all fight for the deleted scenes. Absolutely. So we're gonna need a couple of petitions here. One, first and foremost, season 2 gotta happen, and then we'll tack on, for the extended cut of season 1.
And action figures.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
action
yeah.
figures.
Starting
Black
with action
series.
figures.
Even
So
if they don't do Black Series, I would love to see TVCs.
dude, yeah, I mean, just come on, something. I was so sad that to see some awesome people at Rebels Comic-Con, for example, and I had no toys to correspond with a lot of the characters. And of course, we still got awesome picture sign or other items, but as you can see, I'm more into the toys. So I was a little bit disappointed, and here we are again a year after the release of season 1, and come on, Hasbro, just give us some plastic here. Like that's all we want.
We got the Legos.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true, very
They
true.
should make a full size SM33 Lego kit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You know.
That would be so
That
dope.
would be perfect. For that
And
design.
he wasn't in the Lego spaceship kit with everybody else. Everybody was there except him.
True.
Yep.
No minifig.
I missed that one.
Not cool.
I had to go out and find a bootleg Lego
Yeah.
SM33 and print it.
Nice. Yeah.
You did
yeah.
a good Black Series SM33 that I was like, man, I'm going to buy this. And I'm trying not to buy toys because I've got too much crap. And so I think I'm going to get that one. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. They did a good job on that one. It's technically it's a deluxe.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I did
Yeah.
make a
Oh.
bootleg of my character.
Hey, what?
That's awesome.
Wow.
Jake,
Wow.
was that you?
Yeah, immortalized in plastic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man.
Very nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so good. We definitely need. Yeah, we need many figures.
Cameron, do you have one of you for Max Rebo?
Huh? Say that
Do you have
again?
a Max Rebo for you?
Yeah, I got a little minifig, and then somebody just made the Boba Fett version of Max and put it on the internet. So
Nice.
I don't have that one yet. I have some weird version of him.
I've got a Neil somewhere.
Kona, I mean, Sisa got a Kona Tops card,
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's cool.
which, by the
Have you
way,
had the
Sisa,
Sino
I
yet?
have 20 of them coming to you.
Whoa.
So Sisa a while back had made like this funny reel on Instagram talking about that she didn't receive any payments from Tops from making a Kona card, and that she's just gonna continue her bread and butter. So she said that she's been trying to like open up some of the boxes and like try to find the Kona card, and she hasn't had any luck. So when we were doing our interview, I said to her, I'm like, I have a few friends who are in the card community. Give me a moment, let me post something on Instagram. And like instantly, as soon as I posted it on my story, within like 5 minutes, I had a whole bunch of people messaging me, dude, I have multiples of those cards. What is your address? I'll send them to you. So I
That's awesome.
screenshotted all those conversations to Sisa. And I counted today. I have 20 of them, so I'm gonna send them
Wow.
all to Sisa.
Nice.
You are the queen. You are the queen.
It was funny as all hell. I was like, how did you not have your own card? I'm like, you need your own card.
Yeah, you would think it'd be nice, right? If they get sent,
No.
a copy at least. But
We
I
get
agree.
nothing.
Nada.
Nothing. Nothing but memories and
there you go, and a few bruises here and there. I'm assuming.
Memories and deleted scenes.
oh, there were bruises.
Yeah. So speaking of, Flight of Fate says, yeah, hope Vane survived. Would like to see him again.
I didn't see a body.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah, we didn't see a body.
I'm pretty confident we're gonna see Vane in maybe more of a captain capacity, in the near future.
I like your
rooting
thinking.
for that. We're
I like
rooting
where
for
your
that.
head's at.
Exactly. We're gonna wheel it out there. I think he's got potential.
Well, it's
If
Star
nothing
Wars.
else,
Anybody
he couldn't
can
do much
die.
worse. Exactly.
I think I've joked at pretty much every convention I've been to. I would like to see a spin-off with either a very calm character, because Vane is a little bit emotionally dysregulated.
I like that.
Yeah, someone either very calm or the height disparity with like Shin. No, not is it Shin? No. What's her name? From Ahsoka, the short character with the white hair. What's her
Yeah.
name?
Yeah,
Body.
Shin
Yeah,
Hadi
Shin.
Yeah.
Body.
with Balin
That'd be a
Skull.
hilarious matchup. Like she's angry, he's angry. They're like this. They can just fight all the time.
There you go. Yeah, you are selling me on it. I'm gonna have to write several letters now to Lucasfilm.
So many pitch ideas. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, even people are saying Honda. Oh, well, Marty, you said it. Honda.
Hey, Marty Majula says,
Yeah.
Hondo.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, someone's saying some like a
Technically,
matchup or a shootout with him and with Vane and Hondo.
Oh, there you go.
Well, technically, they
Vane
can
was
kind
starting
of do
to-
it with Ahsoka.
Were they what?
I said technically they can kind of do that with the Ahsoka series with season 2. So
hope they
Ahsoka
do.
and Sabine are stuck in, they're stuck while everybody else is elsewhere. They can somehow Hondo can, I guess, MacGyver somehow to the planet that they're at and try to
He's
save
such
them,
a
and
good
maybe
character. I hope
Yeah.
they do bring him to live action, and hope Jim does the
That'd be
voice.
cool.
the prosthetics will be wild.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Rob, I wanted to ask you because you mentioned that you were actually, privy to a lot more stuff, for in terms of how many episodes and the contents of it. But how did
No, I
you?
think you need Mike. I think you mean Mike.
Yeah, sorry, Mike.
I'm
How?
just a lowly puppeteer.
Yeah. How did you keep it together? Knowing sort of what's gonna happen, and where the season starts, where it kind of ends from the get-go, really, right? Because we pretty much everybody else here, right, only gets bits and pieces as they are needed, but you get the whole picture basically, or as big of a picture as anybody gets, right? So
Yeah.
how tough is that, just to hold on to that for such a long time?
Believe it or not, it's not. I mean, I've been involved with Lucasfilm as a contractor since like 2005. So I've seen a lot of things go on. I was also on Kenobi, and was their droid consultant for that one. But yeah, you just, it's what's hard to do is when you see all the rumors on
right
social media and they're saying this is what it's about or this is what's going to happen, and there was so much secrecy around the set that nobody knew anything.
Yeah,
and it wasn't hard, but it was like, I want to type something here, like stop doing these stupid theories and stop like making everyone angry, because they would come up with some kind of fan theory that would make people angry.
Sure.
And then they would just be debating it, and I can see the whole thing like circling the drain, and I'm going, no, stop. It's not like that. Just wait till you see.
Right.
That's the worst part of it.
And he wouldn't even tell me what I was doing that day. He just told me, hey, do you want to go get some coffee this morning?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they came on and I didn't tell them anything. I just said, this is a scene we're filming. Yeah, this is what we're doing.
I bugged him about it. I said, Mike, what's going to happen? He goes, like, thanks.
Yeah. But maybe he told you, hey, you should check out, what's going on Twitter. They got some pretty wild ideas.
So there were some also major scenes they cut out. There was and they actually filmed them. There was it was Bryce Dallas Howard's episodes, one of her episodes, where they're in the trash area, and just before they reclaim their ship, they went through the big scow, the tow spaceship or whatever it was that was towing their ship. They spun around, they fell off, and then they found their ship almost being eaten by another dismantler. So right before they're supposed to, they start running towards a dismantler, but right there's small little dismantlers, which were barrel-sized robots that had kind of chicken legs, and they had welders as weapons, and the kids went along there and did battles with them before they got into their ship. So it was all filmed, and I had built all these things that were going to be CGI'd over. So they were actually just those big Gatorade containers with foam wrapped around them, and then
I have one.
Blue fabric on it. Oh yeah,
of course.
And I was like, at the end of filming, I was stuck with like 6 of those things. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Who wants
tried
them?
pawning them off on us, and some of us were like, I don't want to.
And I was like, what am I going to do with it?
Everybody involved, I tried to give one to, and they're like, yeah, whatever. So I ended up like throwing away the blue stuff, putting them out in the front yard, going, does anybody want these fully functional Gatorade things with foam on them?
Oh my Lord.
And people took them, and they have no idea.
I was gonna say they have no clue what the pedigree of those things is now,
Yeah. So, but again, the scene was cut. That was a little disappointing to see, because, it's that scene took a lot of work. I think from
For sure.
from everyone, from the set deck guys to the prop
Prop masters.
no what's Talia doing?
Stunts.
Stunts, yeah, stunts especially. They were huge in that scene, and it was gone. But you never know why.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I guess it takes practice, like you said, and now you're more used to not leaking anything, regardless of how crazy or disputed our fan theories become.
Yeah, and so what's fantastic about this filmmaking process, though, is they don't do they'll do the storyboards, but this is early on before anybody's involved, right? And since there's different directors for each episode, they want it to look like it's the same style,
right,
through the whole thing. So what they'll do is, by the time they get to having the production people and the crew start viewing this stuff and putting things in when they can, they want your opinions, of course, but it's basically a 3D cartoon that's almost ready to be a 3D cartoon. That it honestly looks like that. So we'll go ahead and watch the entire episode in this cartoon form, and it's incredible, just the amount of detail that's in this thing. But what the directors then will use that for is to get their shots right. So they want certain angles of certain shots. They want it this way. They want it that way. So it'll all look and flow together well.
Right.
The directors, of course, put their own do it the way they want to do it, but the shots are there, and the continuity is there, and the vision is there through these cartoons.
Like an animated storyboard, right?
Yeah, but really, I'm telling you, it looks to me so close to being just taken in that form, colorized even more, and then output to something like a Toy Story looking thing.
Oh, wow.
They can animate the whole thing. So I always thought that was fantastic, because as creators too, I can see, can we put a droid in the background here? That's what I'm looking for. That's my part. And, and then also in those meetings are discussed, every department has, then they can say who's going to take this part or that part, or like the gatekeeper droid coming out, and they were saying, well, the props department was like, yeah, we'll take that one. And I'm like, I'll take it if you don't want it. And it ended up, I got it, but you can express those things at that point. And so a lot of clarification of what department has what and is doing what for those scenes is discussed right there in those meetings.
Nice.
I have to ask, how bad does your body hurt after a while with you guys puppeteering? Because you guys have to put yourself through some weird, awkward positions and stuff.
I will tell you, there's only one that I hated, was a gatekeeper. I hated that droid. It was not in good shape when it was given to me, so I spent about 3 weeks rebuilding the thing. But when we got to set, I was thinking it was just going through the door. I have a whole big story, but we'll go over that in my other podcast or whatever. But what ended up is they were going to do a shot that I didn't realize that was going from Jude Law's vantage point into the door. So where it's his viewpoint. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's the other way around. It's from the door to Jude Law. So the camera is dead center in the doorway, and there was no provision for me to get up over the camera, because I had to be over the camera, and I have this pole with this weight on the end of it, if you can imagine, and you had to hold it up like this. And you know what? I would challenge anybody to hold a pole like this for maybe the whole morning till the
Boom
the
operator
lunchtime
guy.
or whatever, right? So the weirdest thing I asked, I came down that morning before I left, and I grabbed a stick, 2 sticks that were about 3 feet long, just out of my shed, and I'm like, I have this stand and something that I created to put this out. I'm going to bring some extra pieces of wood just in case. And so I had my PA, my assistant, Victor Franco. I said, go grab those sticks that I had. So I stuck one part in my pocket right here, and then held it out to my arm right here, and then I had the pole going this way. So this whole weight was like sticking into my side right here.
Yikes.
I still got a mark from that. But that was painful. It turned into a bruise, and then it turned into a mark. But
my short answer is yoga with Adrian.
There you go. That'll do it.
I know you said that a while back, Rob. You said to do a lot of yoga.
Hey, it's the best thing for you, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you said, 20 holding hands up in the air for 20 plus minutes. I mean, even flip-flopping that and doing a full body puppet, or flip-flopping and doing a marionette puppet. It's not a robot. I mean, 30 minutes in the air. Yeah. Like Gordon knows. Yeah. You're doing the same thing, brother. Yeah.
Yes.
Like 30 minutes like this is just kind of it's not necessarily enormousy to everybody, but like you said, if you could do it, that's, it kind of becomes
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You got it.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, it's crazy too with just a small amount of weight, like as heavy as this, but you're doing it for a long time. It's just a little bit of a weird angle, and you're just like, oh my god. And then
it turns into an elephant.
Yeah, and you don't make a peep about it because you don't want anybody to think you're a little bitch.
Yeah.
But then it's like,
but it's true. Yeah, you're sitting there wincing, going, oh,
wait, inside of crying, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Shaking, like keep it still.
Yeah, there you go, Rick. Yeah, Rick's got to know about that stuff. Right?
My thumbs hurt really bad on that show because there was this white radio right here. I go get a coffee, come back.
Only puppeteers know if you're another puppeteer. If you go, hey, how you doing, man? Oh, my thumbs hurt today. You only get it. Yeah, you only get it.
So bad.
Yeah.
Good. So
Go ahead.
note to self, like, don't become a puppeteer because your thumbs are gonna
be on the
radio.
radio.
We don't need insurance on our face. We have insurance on our thumbs.
Yeah, if you're gonna be a puppeteer, be on the radio.
Yeah.
But the real pain were the people in the suits. Casey was in Neil, so we would attend to her all the time. Every time between takes, we got fans we could turn on remotely, a little light to cue her for things, but we would come in there and take the little grating off her nose so she could get a little bit of fresh air. And we have one of our people come up and put a fan up in there. But so we were feeling her pain because she was doing some of the stunts that she shouldn't have been doing with a hero head on. So,
shouldn't have been doing them because the hero head might get broken.
Yes, and it did at one point. At the end of the day, it did catch.
The stunts be damned. You don't want to break the animatronic.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Bye, Dom.
Dom says he has to go, guys, so he's saying goodbye. Thank you, Dom.
Thank you so much for joining us, Dom.
Thank you. This has been delightful.
Later,
and just, there are people that I don't think I had a chance to meet on set, like Mike and Rob and Rick and all your work and your artistry is so incredible and such expensive.
Dom,
hey, you better expect somebody saying, "Hey, beef." Pretty soon. Yeah. Hey, beef. What's up, man?
Hey, Dom, were you there in that first scene, that bizarre scene with everybody?
Yeah.
I remember seeing you, and you scared me.
Oh, good. Good.
Ran away from that one.
My work here
is
done.
I think we talked at one point, but that was so long ago. And
yeah, gosh. Yeah. Well, have a wonderful rest of the chat, guys. This has been a treat.
Bye,
Dom. Thank you so much. See you.
So yeah, Rick, you were getting ready to continue talking about like I guess with like the puppeteering and stuff, and you said like the first episode Dom had scared you.
Yeah, there was, it was an incredible scene. That was my favorite episode of the whole show. But just walking into that scene, where there were so many extras, so many background people, so many principals, it was just chaos. And it was like the first day we were shooting, Tamara, maybe, or
Yeah.
it was like the first couple days we were there. And I remember we had some problems with Neil's electronics, and so we were running around trying to fix that and rig another one of the puppets by like the chef, the one with the 6 eyes. It was complete chaos running through the crowds and seeing everybody. But it was incredible. It was
Great
really
scene. The PAs kept losing me because I wouldn't leave. I would just go hide. I'd go
That
find
was
a
an easy
crate.
set to hide in.
What's that?
I said that was an easy set to hide in. It was so
Oh, yeah.
full of so many rich things. It was really cool.
Amazing.
You could have just stood back there, Tamara, and been on camera. They wouldn't even know. Like, this is some blonde hair back there. Between those two pirates,
I mean,
I
makes
wouldn't have
sense.
been
So-
able to like kept my cool while being on set. I probably would have done the same thing, like hidden in like different corners or like trying
it's
to
nuts.
like, yeah.
As a production, they try to hold to like production historical standards, and like when the actor is complete with his work, the actor is then led off to the stage to the actor's holding room where he will do whatever he does. A Star Wars show? Why would I want to go away from the volume with all of that amazing stuff and all those people? I never wanted to leave. I kept joking, not joking. I'm like, you could just set up a hammock out here, and I'll literally just grab a sandwich and just be here all day. I'm wrapped. Great. I'll still be in my hammock, just hanging out. Like when
That
else?
is one-
And I say this now 3 years later. Like when else would I ever get an opportunity to do something like that? That's so cool. I wanted to like absorb every single second of it.
Same. That's very cool.
That
It was
is
on the
one-
volume. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You I was just going to
Oh,
say
no.
that is one fun thing as a puppeteer is you do have to be on set close to, have a line of sight of whatever you're doing. So there's a lot of times where we are tucked behind set pieces and actually in a scene, but just trying to keep our heads down and whatnot. So it'd be funny to, I watch it with my husband. I'll be like, oh, I'm hiding right behind that thing, or you can't see me, but I'm right. I'm in there.
I think
So-
that's when I met you. That's what you were doing because I was in a scene. I think you were, like I said, I think you were doing the cages or something, and the kids come through, and then there's like the brothel or whatever is over on
Yeah.
one side, and the little cages there, and I had a thing where I had to go like cross, and I go into that brothel with somebody, and I was like, was in that area where I met you initially, and I was like, what are you making? What are you doing over here? And then doing this
I'm
little-
hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the scene where the I can't remember her name, but she had to go up to the cage, and a lot of time
Yeah.
with our puppies, we'll have to hit eye lines. So a lot of the monitors have a delay that can't be avoided, and so when you have to hit an eye line with an actor, we try to have like a direct line of sight, or at least find something where it look like we're actually hitting the eye line with the actor. So we'll be tucked underneath things or behind things, and
It's like trying to puppeteer on this. A little delay. Am I knowing?
There you go.
here's my chapstick. Lame.
So Rick, what would you say? What would you say is the hardest part, right? Because if I'm trying to control something, and like Tamara was just saying, right, I'm trying to watch the scene, I'll probably be lost in the scene. I'll be like, man, that is so cool. Like, what did he say right now? And then just completely forget to like actually activate, the puppet.
Oh, like you're getting lost in the actual show.
Like,
Yeah.
did it ever happen to you where you're like, whoa, that was cool? And they're like, oh, dang it, I missed my cue.
Not so much. I mean, we get kind of in a groove with it. There's usually like Jason was doing the eyes and the eyebrows and stuff, and I was doing the trunk and the ears, and so we're standing near each other so we can have the reaction at the same time. So there's always somebody else, and Casey's wearing the costume, so
Yeah.
we're trying to coordinate, when the reaction is going to hit. So the eyes have to go big, the ears and the trunk move just like a reaction. You can't be out of sync. So there's always someone else there to kind of keep you on your toes.
Right.
And it's rare to lose focus. And honestly, I'm a big Star Wars fan. It came out when I was 10 years old, so I was perfect age.
Nice.
And I love Star Wars. I love all of it. It's beautiful. But, when you're working on all these shows, like all the Mando shows and Obi-Wan and everything, and it becomes kind of a work, like a factory. You're just cranking these things out, and it's just another day at work. And then some kid will come through on a tour, or someone will come in, and their jaws will drop, and they'll be like, "This is Star Wars," and you're thinking, "Oh my God, it's Star Wars!" And you just kind of come back to that 10-year-old self, go, "Wow!" and you get excited. And like you were saying, Marty, when you stay on set because you just want to see this stuff, it's really cool. To see the sets, to be on a spaceship or something that you grew up with, it's amazing to see it. But then it does kind of become background after a while, sadly.
Sure.
You get a little jaded and you're just like, oh, this is just where I work. I know all the fans out there like curse you, how can you ever, and now looking back, like it'd be fun to go back onto that, of course. But at the time, you have so much responsibility. You've got to make sure all the batteries are charged, the radios are working, there's no interference, you have line of sight, like Tamara says. That can be a problem sometimes. So you're hustling around, jumping over things, running across set, kind of crossing camera when they're ready to roll, and you're just trying to get to that one perfect spot so you can have an eye line and make sure it looks good.
Yeah.
And normally they'd be mad at you for doing that, but you get the shot, and everybody's
my anxiety would be through the roof.
That happens.
Yeah,
There were
sometimes you
times-
have to hit a mark perfectly, and that's really tough sometimes.
Yeah.
Rick, were you running Grogu on Mandalorian?
I was on the second team for Mando on Grogu. Yeah.
So I don't know if you were there that day when Vane had his first day. It was season 3, episode 1, and Navarro for that shootout scene between.
I was there for
and
that.
Vane.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there were 3 people on Grogu at any time, running a couple of different aspects. If I'm remembering correctly, 3 or 4.
There can be
4
5
to
or
5, yeah.
Well, then, for all y'all, I just want to thank you for the absolute gift. I was just sitting there. They finally turned around and they were going to shoot Grief, and they rolled out the pram, and I was sitting there with my makeup attendant, and I was like getting all giddy, and like my eyes were going wide. I'm like, it's him. And my guy's like, go talk to him. You're in the scene with him. Like, okay. So like all, with the boots, Vane is like 6'6", 6'7". I walk over and I was like giving him the technical inspection, like looking for seams and looking at the hair punch and all the, the cool bits. But everybody, they saw me, so they brought him up. If it was not you, whoever was on him, like brought him up. And like from then on for the next couple of minutes, I was talking to baby Grogu and you guys were warming up. So that was a treat that I wasn't expecting to be in close proximity.
I was there on that shot. I mean, I was only there a few times doing Grogu. I had my other responsibilities. I built IG-12 and IG-11. But it's really fun for us as puppeteers and creature builders is when the director walks up to a creature, and there could be a guy in the suit with this giant monster head over here. The director's talking to the head, going, "I want you to look left, right, whatever."
Yeah.
Like a foot away, looking through a mesh, going, "I'm over here." They get lost in the character, and it's really a compliment to the puppeteering and the suit performers. Then you looking at Grogu and you're like talking to him like he's real, and the guys over here are just rehearsing with you. And the more they rehearse with that, the more fluid it is when the camera's rolling.
It's a good opportunity to warm up, I would assume.
Yeah.
I was telling.
It was a gift.
I was telling that to Rob. What was it? We were talking backstage after we did our interview, in regards to puppeteering. I feel with a lot of films, puppeteering, it looks more natural as opposed to CGI work. It looks very fake. And we were talking about like the new Gremlins movie coming out. I'm big on they need to have puppets. I do not want to see anything CGI. I just think, to me, it looks very fake.
Speaking of which, I'm looking for a Gremlins puppet. So if anybody's got one,
Ooh.
I like what you're saying, Neil. There is something like, we all know we're watching a movie, so we all know it's not real. We all know that there are effects. We all know that things are being done to fool us into believe. So I'm totally okay knowing that this is a puppet if I can see that it is live on set, that light is reflecting off of it. I would rather see that than watch half cartoon, half not cartoon. Not taking anything away from the artistry of CG artists. I think that is an absolute beautiful art in and of itself. But if it's a real film with real people and real sets, I'd like to see a real object in the real space.
Yeah.
Personally.
The people respond better to it. The actors respond to it better as well. Just having something there to look at, it's just you can tell in their face. It's there's a thing there. They're interacting with it as well.
Right, 100%.
And I feel like that, like I had stated, I feel the acting that you get from an actor, it seems more sincere, as opposed to like you can see it in their eyes. If they're talking to like a CGI or like a green screen, you can see it that they're just trying to look at what mark they have to look at. But when you're visually, having to work with a puppet, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can actually have some sort of, relationship with it. So I don't know.
100%. Would Henry Thomas's performance in E.T. been so affecting if he didn't have E.T.?
Yeah.
I think the suspension of disbelief, like you were referring to, is we know it's a movie. We know we're being shown a story. But to see a human actor like dealing with a cartoon, it's fake, and we know it, and maybe we just don't like it to our core. But if it's a puppet, even if it's not great, it's got a charm to it. That it's three-dimensional, it's real, and there's a performance there that's live, and they're interacting like Gordon says. The two of them are actually, the eye lines are straight. You're not looking through the puppet,
Yeah, that's the eye line thing is like that's like a huge thing for me. If you're looking at a tennis ball, it's like doesn't have an eye line, and if you're like look at someone taking a selfie, and you can tell if they're looking at the camera or if they're looking at themselves in the screen because the eyes are just a hair off, but you can tell. And if you're watching somebody on screen and their eyes are just sort of like la la land, your brain picks it up.
Yeah, you don't know you're seeing it, but something's wrong.
Yeah, something's off, and you just feel it.
I don't know who to give all the credit to on that one, but whether it's Jon Favreau or the guys, I think because they wanted this show to be so nostalgic, I'm sure that they were pushing pretty hard for as much physical effects work as they could get into it. And John Watts and Chris Ford obviously have a love of 80s films and John Hughes films and all the Spielberg stuff and Amblin. It just made it a richer show, and and I don't want to wax nostalgic just yet, but more people should watch this show because it's just a thing of beauty, and there's so much artistry and craftsmanship in this show that I don't think not nearly enough people, if they just would know it's out there and give it a shot. Everyone.
But one thing I say that I really loved about
your eye line is right into the camera, and it's
right.
You see how serious I am right now?
Yeah. There you go.
Watch this show. It's so good.
What I was saying was like one of my favorite things about this show was I loved that there was so many different types of creatures on this show. Like it was just like full on creatures the whole entire time. And I love the fact that there was a lot of practical effects being used.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
we
feel
that we kind of missed that, in Star Wars, right? Like Andor, for example, incredible show, incredible writing, but if I had to nitpick one, item is kind of the lack of creatures, right? We only saw maybe 4 to 5 alien, looking characters, and not for long, right? And it was a long show. So this show, Skeleton Crew, it had it from the first second that we see it on screen, right? It just had the effects, it had the makeup, it had the creatures, it had the droid. It was everything just laid out there, and it was beautiful, and we kept getting more with each episode, right? It wasn't just like, the one, opening scene and then we never saw them again, right? It was very recurring. So it set the tone visually too for the whole show, and I loved it. My kid, he's 9 now, he was 7 still back then. He freaking loved it. He was the one asking me when the next episode was gonna come out, right? And he'd never done that for any of the other shows. So it was something to see, right? Again, like you guys said, right? We know we're getting fooled, right? But there's a magic to the way we're getting fooled also, right? So yeah, again, just thank you to everybody here and of course everybody involved, because the dedication of, you know, doing all those hours of yoga, of making yourself, you know, making a wooden exoskeleton for you, you know, to be able to hold a pole, right? Like all of that, you know, definitely, you know, working those thumbs, of course. No, I didn't forget about y'all. You know, that dedication just, you know, comes through, right? Like into the finished product. And like I said, you know, exactly. There you go. I love that.
If you could do this, I'd be very impressed.
No, I just looking at it, and my brain is like, I don't know what he's doing.
I gotta do it really slow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, actually, you have to do it really slow.
Oh snap! There you go. That's a pro right there.
Rick, I did have to ask you, out of Jurassic Park, Men in Black, and Star Wars, what were your favorites? If you had to pick out of the three.
Well, Jurassic was a game changer for me. It was early in my career, and I got a really, really lucky break. So I got to put that one up at the top. But, you know, getting assigned my own dinosaur to build when I just raised my hand in a meeting in the lunchroom, like who's going to work on this creature and who's going to work on this one. And I was thinking, I'm brand new. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll help, you know, Gordon, who's the lifer here at Stan Winston, you know. And you'd be like, I'll just be his assistant. And I raised my hand, like, who's going to do the spitter? I'm like, well, I'll help, you know, whoever. And they go, okay, Rick's doing the spitter. And they go on, and who's going to do this one? And I'm like, wait a minute, there was nobody else. Are you kidding me? I mean, it was that fast. And, you know, it was like Alan Scott, who was the co-owner of Legacy. He got put on the baby Triceratops. And so he got his own dinosaur. Unfortunately, that got cut. But it was terrifying. But that was a highlight for sure. But Star Wars is also, like I said, it was 10 years old when that came out. And I didn't have any of the toys, any of the things. My friends had them all. And so I loved that whole thing. It really inspired me. That and Alien were the reasons I got into this industry.
That's awesome.
So, and I've got to work on both of those franchises. So I've been really lucky.
Hey, Rick, thank you, man. That's actually a reason why I kind of got into this stuff anyways. Jurassic Park, I broke the VHS when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
I watched it so many times, man. Appreciate
man. That's great. Yeah. Awesome to hear. Now I feel really old. Thanks. I'm the old guy at the shop now. These kids are in there. I'm like, oh, back on Jurassic, you know.
So Vicente says, damn, what a question, right? I mean, who gets asked, hey, what did you like working on best? Jurassic Park, Men in Black, or Star Wars? Take your pick.
Because all three of them are amazing. Like, I remember as a kid watching Jurassic Park in theaters. I still have Jurassic Park and Men in Black in VHS. Like, I still have it in my collection.
Rick, what did you run on? Sorry, Nilda.
I'm going to say something cool. I'm going to do a shout out to this artist in Italy who's amazing. I saw this thing on Instagram and I said, "This is amazing. How much can I buy one?" And I happened to build that dinosaur on the movie. And she's like, "Oh my God, for you, I'm going to send it to you for free." It's a baby spitter. All these little dinosaur things. It's really, really cool.
So cool. It looks good.
Yeah, it's so cute. I want to animate it. I want to scan it and then make a mold and actually make it, you know, coo and whatever and move around.
Wow. Yes. Perfect.
I like she got cute proportions into that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really good. I love it. You know. Hello. Sorry.
That's
Rick, what did you run on Men in Black?
We built in the first one. We built the Edgar bug, which was the giant creature that what is his name? Yeah, he turns into. Well, we made a full puppet at Rick Baker's at Cinovation. We made a full mechanical animatronic puppet. And it was awesome. And for some reason, we shot a bunch of stuff with it. Then they replaced it all with CG, and the eyes are glowing yellow, and you can see in the mouth instead of shadows. It didn't look good. Built that, and then on and we did the worm guys, and some other
fun.
And then on Men in Black 2, we did a whole bunch of stuff. I did some electronics on some of the robots assembly. I came in late on that one, and then I did not go on 3. I chose to be on a different show. I think at the time, but yeah.
Were the worm guys the dudes who like were yelling at each other, like
the coffee
guys,
the coffee break room? Yeah.
Yeah,
they were hamming that up, and Tony Urbano's crew were the puppeteers doing that, and they were all just goofing around between takes, just like, hey, getting used to it. and they're being really obnoxious in the early stage. And they love that so much. I think that's the story. Could be wrong, but I think that's how they ended up putting him in and giving him that attitude. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Fun fact, Lynette and I, another coworker that I had at the time, we had to make human-sized walk-around suits of those worm guys. And if you remember, those guys don't have normal proportions. They're squiggly little worms with funny little arms. So
I was gonna say I saw that somewhere that they had done the large size ones, like the scaled up. That makes sense. That's funny.
Yeah, it was some weird presentation. We made two. I think it was more for the animated series. So Warner Brothers hired us to make two of the main characters with like a rubber mask, and then the memory wiper, and then some life-size worm guys. So,
wow, cool.
Would have been more fun to make them little.
Yeah, those worm guys were pretty funny in Men in Black.
There you go. Worm guys were the best. Absolutely.
What is it? One was smoking a cigarette, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they would drink coffee, like profusely too.
I feel like they were all swearing too, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they sounded like very angry. They were angry worms.
They were angry. They were angry corporate workers.
They were insulting someone's mom, I think. Wasn't that the line? Your mother, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, probably.
I'm pretty sure anybody who works in corporate is very angry.
Very true. So, Rick, one slight technical question. I'm an electrical engineer, by the way, for context, but from early when you started working on Jurassic Park or even Men in Black to now on these newer shows, do y'all have more problem with interference? I mean, I feel like there's a lot more signals, in the air now. So do you walk around with like a bunch of ferrite beads and try to, minimize those as much as you can?
No, actually, we're not seeing as much interference as we used to on the old FM radios.
There you go.
Because all the information's coded and it's all digital, so you have less analog interference on stuff. If the interference is there at all, the noise is on the line, you're still getting strong digital signals that blow through that.
Yeah.
And the numbers, the packets, the values that are getting through come through unscathed because the little variances and voltages from the interference isn't going to do too much.
Minimal. Yeah.
There are some collisions. We get stepped on and we step on the camera sometimes. There's always a problem. The sound guys like, hey, wait a minute, the camera guys, they come over with their analyzer, spectrum analyzer. I go, turn on your radios where you see the spike on your frequency. And then everything's fine. And then right in the middle of a shot, something goes wrong. And like, oh, it happened again. But no one can find these things.
Wow.
It's like impossible. But
anomalies.
That drives me nuts.
Well, yeah, it drives everybody nuts. And everybody's blaming everybody, and we're like, it's the IT guys. We don't know.
So frustrating.
But our radio systems are pretty stout, and they have spread spectrum, so they jump around on frequency.
Oh yeah, so they hop around.
Yeah, they hop around.
Nice.
So that's kind of equipment's better for us.
Yeah.
And all the servos are digital now. Nothing's analog, and it just
Yeah, more efficient too, I'm assuming.
Yeah. But there's also about 1,000 more radio sources on set now.
Right.
Everybody's phone is spewing stuff. Every focus thing, every light, everything's got its own radio frequency, and it's just like we're all just glowing by the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had the same exact experiences as you. It's so funny to hear you saying that. Yeah, the guys come up to you and go, yeah, my camera's glitching here. Are you sure it's not you? Turn on your radio while I'm doing this. I'm like, it's not us.
Yep.
Was that a common thing that the radios were glitching?
No, not on. I didn't experience it on any of the sets that I've worked on for Skeleton Crew or the MBS side or Manhattan Beach Studios side. But other places that I've done work with, I do a lot of stuff with R2, my R2D2 since like 2005, I think. But a lot of the commercials that you'll see them on, or a lot of the other productions, been all over, and very few hit those camera things. But when they do, they're usually coming after us first, and then and then they figure out it's not us, and then they go somewhere else. But like Rick said, they rarely find where it's coming from what I've seen also. So,
There were two scenes that I was involved in on 2 different sets where the camera was motion controlled, and both times the thing I was puppeteering, it would do fine during rehearsals, but then the minute they said roll and the camera did its move, the radio would drop out, and I would have to be hitting eye lines, and the director would keep looking at me like, "What are you doing wrong?" And I'm like, "I'm trying." It's so
right.
Was it standard RC or is it Wi-Fi or Bluetooth? Because I found some of the peeps, some of the creature peeps were using Wi-Fi stuff, and I think we were losing some. I was invited to puppeteer some of those creatures, and we would lose control because of the frequencies that we're using, which was Wi-Fi. And,
we were at Legacy. We're using pretty much all the Spectrum radios, weren't they?
Yeah. Okay.
I think. And 2.4 gig, and they would drop out their connection to their receivers because they're bound to a certain receiver.
Right.
You can have like up to 4 receivers on it, and we were having a lot of sporadic dropouts all the time. You'd have to reset, like turn everything off, turn it back on, and we'd come back.
Oh,
and I don't know if it was related to the cameras, although a lot of times it did feel like right when they rolled, it would happen more often like that. But it did happen a lot, even when they weren't rolling. And it was
my stuff killing your stuff.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin, welcome.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hey Gordon.
How's it
What's up,
going?
Good. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
I have to thank Gordon. He's the one completely responsible for my being on this show. So
Oh my
God! That story, but
Yay!
I worked with him a few times at Spectral Motion, and he just one day I was there. He's like, "Hey, you want to do this thing?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, I want to do it." So
that was
thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, dude, you're great. I was like, this guy, man. I remember you were like not doing stuff on social media much. I was like, Kevin, you gotta get on. It's like Instagram.
Yeah,
you had so much cool stuff on your reel. I was like, this is awesome. Like,
I
where
didn't
can
even
I find
have.
it?
Yeah, I didn't even have an Instagram until Gordon said, "Man, you got to get on." And so I've actually needed to ask him pointers, like, "How do you do this?" and "How do you do?" I'm new to the whole thing. And Tamara and I, we were at SuperCon. We went to SuperCon today.
Oh, cool.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hi, Tamara.
Huh?
I know Tamara's listed. She has to go. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much, Tamara. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
guys. It was so great to see you all again. I'll see
Nice
you
to meet
tomorrow.
Hopefully, I get to meet you in person and you can sign my Max Rebo for me.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm around. Okay, thanks. Hopefully I
Thank you so
can
much.
help you
Bye.
messing everything up. Good to see you. Let's see. Don't laugh.
So what have you been up to, Kevin?
Nothing. Babysitting dogs mostly.
Ah,
I
Nice.
do a lot of like pet rescue and fostering and stuff. That's what takes most of my time.
Who's that one right there, Kevin?
Yeah. This one right here is Rufus.
Rufus.
Yeah.
What a buddy.
I swear,
he's had
if Marty can own a sanctuary for animals, he would.
It's the only reason I'm in this business.
Yeah.
Oh,
Although
what
I
a
think I need to
cutie.
pick a different business.
Oh.
Oh, Rufus.
Yeah, he's had a rough go, but he's doing great now. So
Nice.
yeah.
I would show you guys mine, but mine's in like a deep couch coma.
Best time to pick them up. They're like this.
No, dude, this is a 9-month-old puppy, and like as soon as I wake her up, these zoomies are gonna be kicking in.
Wait,
and
what?
she'll go at it for like 6 hours.
You've had a
Zoomies.
9-month-old puppy behind you this whole time?
Yeah, I have a 9-month-old puppy behind me this whole entire time.
Nap, schmap, grab that puppy.
Okay, I'll grab her, but she's probably gonna be like half asleep.
Wait, turn off your Ahsoka thing so we can see this puppy.
Oh yeah, I gotta remove my back.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We know you're a Star Wars nerd. It's okay.
No, this is my background
give it
that
away.
is at my mother's house. It's just that I haven't. We're in the process of buying a house next year, so my collection is safer at my mom's house than it is at my
Nice.
1-bedroom apartment right now. Let me get my puppy.
Gordon, what is your background? Is that your house?
Yeah, it's like this is in the room.
Holy crap!
dining
man.
room.
That is.
Those are all
awesome.
action figures. It's just
my
really close
my
camera.
wife would not let me have this in the dining room. She'd be like, "What the hell are all these toys?"
I have to. I'm not like throwing
Oh.
Gordon under the bus or anything like this. But the first time I went to go hang out with Gordon at his house, he has this like thing at his garage that is like literally a head that looks at you. So I parked the car and I went, why is there a person staring at me? And like I waved, I went like this, and the person didn't move, and I was like, I might get back in my car. I think I called you, and I was like, am I at the right place? And he was like, yeah, you're fine. I was like, oh,
So we have cameras
Very funny.
around our house, and there's multiple videos of like either like solicitors or like the delivery people coming up and going, oh, this face peeking. But I've actually got multiples now. I got some like crazy ones. I have the 2 zombies of me that are just hanging around. There's one in the bathroom downstairs. My wife's constantly yelling at me because it's like in a weird spot. Like you don't see it till you're all the way in the bathroom, and you go to shut the door, and it's like standing there. And I made a bunch of random zombies for Halloween, but they're just around. So I'm like, what do I do with these? They're the rest of the year. They got to like peek out my windows and stuff. So, the neighbors like, what the hell's going on up there?
It was a great deterrent because I've known Gordon for years, and I wanted to run.
Ooh, well, I've got extra ones. The one that was in the window, I did Monster Season 3, and one of the days I was checking out after shoot, and they have like a table where you like sign out, and they give you your papers, your vouchers, or whatever. And at the end of the table, there's a big garbage can, and there were 2 of those cosmetology heads, like you practice cutting hair, but they had like they just cut the tops of the hair off, and the rest of the hair was out. And I was like, they're the trash. I was like, oh, I'm like, you guys, can I have these? And they're like, yep. And so now one lives in my car, and he just wears sunglasses, and then I can drive in the HOV lane, and then and the other one is peeking out of my garage window. So thanks Monster Netflix for my dummy heads.
I'll show you guys real quick. This is my dog Blanche.
What's her name?
Hello, Blanche.
Blanche. So we're fans of the Golden Girls.
I was gonna say Golden Girls.
Yeah. So Blanche is our favorite. My brother-in-law has his dog. Her name is Sophia. And then I think next year we might get another dog, and if we get a girl, we'll probably continue the Golden Girls tradition.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
She's talented at the animation eyes.
Yeah. Huh?
She's like, huh?
Adorable.
Thanks. Yeah, she's like 5 different mixes. She's like 35% Chihuahua, 20% Pit Bull, and then there's like miniature.
That's a mix.
Yeah, we rescued her from. There was like a place where we live called Jupiter Farms. And they.
I know Jupiter Farms. My mom lives like 9 minutes from Jupiter. Like she lives in Jupiter Farms. My mom lives in Jupiter Farms.
Remember your mom lives where like close to me, and you grew up where I live.
Yeah, I lived at Jupiter Farms for a while. That's I know the area well.
That's where we adopted Blanche from the Jupiter Farms. Like I forgot what's the name of it. It's like Jupiter.
The Burt Reynolds feed store.
Yeah.
The BR for real. Burt Reynolds has a giant property there, and they have he has the Burt Reynolds feed store. I don't know if it's still called that. And they sell like all the tax supplies for people who own horses and whatever. You can get like bunny rabbits and chickens and all kinds of stuff there. And it's a place. I don't know if you got it there, but that place they had puppies a lot, like for adoption and stuff.
Nice. Hey, so I want to hear from Kevin who just got here, but did you so you mentioned that Gordon kind of put you up to the show. But how much did you know, kind of going into it? Or was it just like, hey, got this job. It's a fun job. You want to go do it?
No, I didn't know anything. Gordon didn't even tell me what it was. It was called George.
Yeah. So it was like 2 code names deep because the code name for the show was Grammar Rodeo. But then for the casting side, outside of that, it was just called George.
Yeah. Was that for everybody though? Everybody got the name George?
It depends. Like if you were going in as principal, you would see the Grammar Rodeo title probably. but then it was like 2 layers removed. So like if you searched it, you couldn't find anything.
Wow.
Like, what is this
Yeah.
production? And I'll let Kevin finish, but yeah, I had a similar thing where I didn't know what it was either. And Pam got me
Yeah.
on. Same
Yeah,
deal.
I didn't know for a couple days until I went in for the fitting, and then obviously when they put me in the whole outfit, then oh, this is what I'm doing.
Nice.
What character were you, Kevin? Kevin, what character?
I was Mean Rodian. It's in the first episode. I was in a scene with all the kids, and I was on one of the hover cycles and got to like deliver a couple lines in roadies, and they were cut out, but I got to deliver them anyway. So, but I ride up on the cycle, and then they do some arguing back and forth, and then we tear out. So
Nice.
Oh wow.
it was a lot
Jacob,
of
I
fun.
have to ask you, how long did the Glurb prosthetics take to put on?
We're prosthetic.
Or-
Initially took like an hour and a half, but they got it down to about 45 minutes. It wasn't very many pieces, so that was advantageous. A lot of it was a large foam latex piece. There weren't many appliances. I think there was only 3 parts to it, and excluding the tentacles, those were kind of magnetic. You added those on later on.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 45 minutes was a turnaround on that. Pretty good.
I remember earlier you guys were talking about like, the kids had to, could only film like certain amount of hours, and then they would have like the adults, who could look like kids play their scenes. Kevin has done that with the film Brightburn, which I thought that was amazing. And I like that you guys told me that now, because now I actually can see that if the children aren't able to act for so many hours, you do have actors or stunts, the stunt actors who are able to take on their role while they're not able to actually fulfill their scene.
Yeah, they find creative ways to work around that. Animals and children, especially. A lot of times, even actors and puppeteers that have something large, sometimes they'll have a thing that's static that allows other actors to look at it. Or if you see only the back side of the character's shoulder, sometimes there's like a stand-in unit for things.
Oh wow.
Those are interesting gigs. I've done that a few times. I got to be Picard on an episode. I was like the over the shoulder for Picard, and that was weird. I had like Beverly Crusher standing next to me, and then like it was this normal guy was out. But it's the same thing. I was just an eye line. Literally, like they put me in. I'm out of focus. It's just like a blurry thing, and the blurry bald thing like in the corner of the screen. But it's neat to be there on that kind of stuff for sure. But
You're like, hey,
yeah.
Gordon, we like the back of your ear.
For real, very, very, very literally. That's kind of like the deal. And he has a normal guy that they use, but it was during COVID, and he was out. And I met him actually on Monsters, the same place I got that head I was talking about. I met him right before that, but he's on that too. And we talked, and he's like, I've been his double forever. Like, oh, I was his double for this thing. And then I was like, oh, I heard you got COVID. He's like, I never got COVID, but they never brought me back to work for like 3 weeks for this thing, and I filled in, so that was cool.
So I have a question for all the creature people doing a lot of prosthetics. I worked on Walking Dead once and had head to toe makeup. What's your guys' skin routine?
Ooh.
Before
or after?
One day on set with that, and a couple other things with a Grinch prosthetic for years, but.
Was it Atlanta in the summertime?
It sure was, and it was red and dusty, and falling on the ground over 100 times, and burning right through your makeup when you fell onto the ground on the asphalt. It was all types of.
Well, yeah, before or after? You want to know the before or the after routine?
I mean, either one.
I don't know, Marty. You go first.
Well, I mean. The experience that I had that taught me that I needed to maintain that kind of thing was on Sleepy Hollow in North Carolina, also in the summer. And because it was summer and because the makeup artist thought I might sweat a lot, we used a PAX paint makeup on bare skin from like waist up. So at the end of the day, it took 6 people with puffs, like just going at it for a good couple hours to make any progress on it. So you shouldn't do this normally, but I was like coconut oiling before the makeup application just so it would not like glue itself to my body.
Mm-hmm.
But with like a Telesis type glue ahead of time, you don't need to mess with that because that stuff will, it'll come off in due time anyway. But yeah, always an oil to break it down and then clean off the industrial oil and then rehydrate with your skincare lotion of choice.
I like that emu oil. It's actually from the emu bird. They press the feathers.
Just squeeze the emus.
Pressed emus, fresh pressed
Yep.
emu. And it's really good for your skin. It helps the birds with. They live in like kind of a dusty environment. Protects their skin.
It helps repair,
Nice.
doesn't it? Isn't it a good skin repair?
Yeah, it really helps you like heal quick. Like if you have like a sensitive area that's really red from them rubbing. Most of the time the glues don't cause irritation, but like removing them does. So they're like rubbing on your skin and you get a lot of friction. So I like the emu oil a lot. Different people react differently to the glues. So some people, the glue like pops off their skin while they're filming unintentionally, and other people you have to like sandpaper scrub the glue off their skin because it sticks so good. So it's good to know kind of like how your skin reacts to that stuff. And like I said, I like the emu oil quite a bit. I like a lot of people use baby oil, but that's very difficult with the foam latex because it breaks latex down and disintegrates latex. So, but that can also be like a way to remove a latex piece at the end of the day is to use baby oil if it's very stubborn and you're having trouble with that. And sometimes I go with the old olive oil at the end of the day. Kind of little patch treatments. Things that are edible seem to work with my skin better than things that are not edible.
Gasoline.
For the most part. Gasoline, not so much.
Bye, Rick.
Gordon.
Oh, you're leaving already?
Well, I can wait. If we're only here 10 more minutes, I can eke that out.
Well, I was gonna ask like after you guys were done, like I was gonna ask one last like question and we'll wrap it up.
You can skip me. I was going to say the same things. So they answered all the questions.
Emu juice, bird juice,
Emu squeezins.
There you go.
Squeezins,
bird juice,
fresh pressings, bird juice.
Yeah, the only difference for me is I have oily skin, so my pre-prep is like I wash with like yellow bars dial soap because it dries me out so much. It's the only way the stuff will stick to me good for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's it. All right. That's
Thank
enough
you,
for me.
because I actually have spots on my beard that don't grow back from stuff before, so I appreciate
Whoa.
My thumbs are really sore. You just
There you
say that through the radio.
Yeah, my thumbs and beard parts, it's a thing.
So it sounds like the glue sticks very well to your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Little too
if
well.
you go to play a character, again, the first time you get in the makeup, it's good to let the artist know that my skin, the Pros-Aid, which is the water-based glue, adhesive glue, it's kind of like what's on the back of Band-Aids. It's kind of what they use to glue makeups on. Let them know that your skin just bites to that stuff really well.
Yeah.
I
use-
got there.
I was thinking to your head story.
What does
Long
Rick
time ago,
have?
in another shop, they're looking for someone with a nice arm to make a mold for this commercial, and they picked me. And then they came over and Vaselined all the hair on my arm, which is considerably hairy, and used that purple body double or something, and they spruced it up, and both arms fully encased in it. They did the molds.
God.
Then they went to pull it off, and it had grabbed the hair and anchored. And it was like, every time you did that, it was pulling out 8 or 9 hairs at a time and did the whole. I mean, it was the most painful thing I've ever been through. Then the first piece of foam they ran in the arms wasn't enough foam. They didn't fill it up enough, so it kind of collapsed and made it sort of a useless hand.
Oh wow!
Except here, zoom in on this. It pulled every hair back out of the silicone.
What?
Oh my God!
Even the knuckle hairs are in the exact same spot.
Wow.
And it was just like
That's nuts.
It was the most painful thing. That's not me.
That's a lot of hair.
That
Oh,
is
Were
yeah.
you like Steve Carell in the 40-year-old version where you're like
Yeah,
the
actually,
hairs
that's
are
where they got
ripping
that
off?
idea. Yeah, and I was going to rip every hair, every single hair. My arm was baby smooth by the end of it. But
God, preserve that forever.
yeah, it was just like, it's so gross. But it's very soft. You know, it's my 20-year-old hair. Yeah.
When they pulled the prosthetic off my face that time, it took beard hair right off the side.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Always shaved.
I didn't actually feel it. I was so sweaty when it happened. It was just really quick. And I remember looking down when I was driving later and going, "That's kind of sticky and it's kind of bloody." Okay.
Yikes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I always try to shave before anything gets glued down. If I knew they're
Oh no,
gluing
I was
something
fully
down-
shaved. I was fully shaved. There's no way I could have had any hair on my face regardless. There's
Wait,
just any,
it did that
any-
with while you were shaved, clean? It
yeah,
still pulled
clean
your skin
shaved,
off?
clean shaved, and it ripped off skin. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I did want to ask because I know we're gonna wrap up in a bit. If there is anything that you guys can take away, or what was one of your best experiences ever in Skeleton Crew, if you're able to even speak about
Oh,
it,
Skeleton Crew. Yeah.
what would it be?
Oh my gosh.
I'm ready.
We're talking about puppies.
For
Your
me,
puppy's really cute.
I like puppies.
For
Yeah.
me, the first day on set, which was our rehearsal day, we came in. I was running behind. I was on a Star Trek show in Canada. I'm trying to design and build Neil at the same time. And he wasn't done yet. We got to set and operated him. Didn't have a whole lot of features functioning, but everything was built in there. And then stayed up almost the entire night to get back the next day for the first day of shooting with the full finished puppet. And I was operating the trunk, and I wanted to make him very expressive with it. So it was a tentacle mechanism, and he could be like, blah, 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 blah. And he would do this movement with his trunk to look like he was speaking because the mouth was hidden. And, oh, my brain is blanking out. Who's the producer? Well, they would say, or the
Chris.
director would, what?
It was Chris and
Yeah, Chris. And he would say, less trunk. Every time,
Less
like every
trunk.
day.
Less
Like,
trunk.
no, more trunk. It can do so much, and then less.
Let
trunk.
me have my moment.
And it was basically like he would just go every once in a while, like that's perfect. I'm like, oh, it was that's like one of those scenes that's missing in a movie that you filmed. It's like it could do so much, but they didn't want it to. They didn't want it to be cartoony and trunky, and it's like less trunk became the joke between our little crew. So
Less trunk.
less trunk.
Let's try.
Man. We were robbed.
We were robbed.
Yeah, I think the coolest part was being able to work with so many different artists that I respect, and performers that I respect, the directors that I respected, the writers. But all those characters on set, the group scenes where you have the droids and you have the pirates and you have all the makeup artists that did the work. Seeing all of that together was really exciting.
Yeah, I feel the same. And I was like, just like days you were there on, I wasn't there for your shot, but we were in some scenes together, and I felt the same way. It's just you look around and like the whole room, there were so many aliens, and just everywhere you looked, and the wardrobe was crazy. Like on all the wardrobe, I don't know how it was for you, but when we did our fittings, I had like multiple outfits for my pirate, and it was like hours. They would go through and like putting pieces together and layering it up, making it as hot as possible. Like, it needs like 4 more layers of stuff. And then, okay, now I need some. And but everybody had that. Like the whole room, every single person was just decked out. It was so neat to see that. And again, same thing, probably for me, fun working with all these people that everybody is so talented. It was very fun.
Kevin?
I think my favorite part was getting to ride the school bus with Rex, the RX robot. Because I used to work at Disneyland, and I watched Star Tours like 5-6 times a day before and after work. I'd get to work and I'd watch it, and then I'd get off work and I'd go watch it. And so to sit there and to see Rex You know, I don't know if you guys obviously remember
Oh,
Rex, but so working on the school bus, you know, we were out for hours sitting on the school bus. It was just so surreal to be like, holy crap, that's Rex right there. So that, for me, that's the part I went home. But I told all my friends, I met Rex.
That's perfect.
Kevin, we kind of felt the same way.
Yeah.
What's the question, Nilda?
Wait, what dog do you like the most?
Puppies.
Puppies.
Coolest
That's
thing.
the only way
coolest
to keep
thing about
Marty
the experience?
entertained. Just bring him a whole bunch of puppies.
Just shove a puppy in my face every once in a while. I'm a happy boy. Coolest thing about the experience overall. I mean, from my perspective, you know, having done this kind of thing for going on 25 years, the high level of creative expression, the super high level of technical expression, it allowed a kind of freedom that I haven't really felt in a lot of jobs. I feel like, you know, at some level on most jobs, there's like this tension and this like we gotta whatever the uptightness is. I'm sure that happens in such a monstrous production as a Disney Lucasfilm production, but I never felt it. I felt like everyone there was comfortable in what they were doing. They were thrilled to be there. I've never seen more grown adults just with this 5-year-old grin. Like, you know, I'd walk by the control booth for the volume every morning and like nerd out and talk to them about the little stuff on the arrays and the camera and the parallax, and everybody's thrilled with the toys they get to play with, and they're you know, they're Star Wars fans and they get to work on these things and make these cool stories in this cool world. So to be involved in that and know that I'm a Star Wars nerd and I'm that 5-year-old kid who always was making weird faces in the mirror, you know, like just to be part of that felt to me like the most relaxed job I've ever had. It was like we were just there to have fun. And yeah, it's a rare thing, and it's not anything I take for granted, and it's something I'm going to look back fondly on for the rest of the career. It was a highlight for sure.
That's great.
I like that.
That's awesome.
And puppies.
Jose, you have any last minute questions?
No, I actually I just wanted to. Well, actually, we didn't let.
What Rob and Mike like about it?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Mike.
Did you like this
You
show?
guys like anything?
What was that show again?
It's the show of the shirt that you're wearing.
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was wearing this.
Good choice.
You know, because you don't wear the name. You don't. What is it? You don't wear the
Band
shirt
show.
of the band.
Yeah.
You're going to see the concert.
Listen, I'm a groupie. What can I say?
Nice.
And I think it was working with all the people like everyone has said, with all the other artists there. For me, I guess it was working, sitting at the table with all these guys, you know, playing at the same level. They were my coworkers, and I would have never imagined to be in that kind of situation. I never took it for granted, and I was always serious there. But you just sit and you're kind of wondering what you're doing there, but in the same regard, you know what you're doing there. But it was still fantastic to see the guys that you've always seen working these things and being able to work side by side with these guys, and it's just incredible.
I think for me, the coolest part, again, it's Star Wars. How cool is that? But I mean, I get to work with my friends. That was one of the coolest things for me. I've known Mike for a long time, and I've known Gordon for a long time. And being able to meet some of you guys throughout some of this stuff is super cool. But the best day of work is when it doesn't feel like work. And that's kind of what it felt like. It felt like you were doing the job, but you were also, you know, you're having a good time doing it. I'll never look at bubblegum the same way.
That's awesome.
And also, just as a note, I've been on a lot of sets with like some very, very like, you know, famous, good, amazing actors. But Jude Law was so freaking good. Just how I saw him look at a script one time like this. It was this long. This is how long it was. and you put it down, and the whole time you'd show up and do these long speeches, and just from the first go, it was like perfect and awesome. And I was like, God, this guy's, I've never seen another actor do it so well. So like, anyway, that was, for me, it was really kind of, felt like a neat thing to witness, So that's another side. I'll let you guys get out of here.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because you had talked about, like, was the volume distracting, or was there like creatures and droids everywhere? Was that very distracting? Yeah, that was a little distracting, but what was most distracting is I got lost in Gordon's
eyes.
Delivery. I got lost in Gordon's
It was his eye lines.
There were a couple times there where that was almost distracting.
He's so good.
Was so intense. He squeezed so much more juice out of there than what I read on the couple of pages of script that I got. I knew what he was going to say in the scene I was in, and it was still like
amazing.
Wow.
And his bad takes were like incredible and could have been a keeper. And then he would just make it better. Like, oh my gosh, how's it going to get better than this? And he would make it better.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, dude, calm down.
It was like a masterclass.
That's why I said I'm gonna try to see if I can go on, like, what is it, petition.org, and start a petition.
Season 2.
And try to
Season
see.
2.
Yep.
Yeah, we need season 2. Because I feel like if you do a season 1 of a show, like, yes, you get to see and get to meet all characters, but it's an introduction to the characters. I think you need season 2 to actually give more storyline. And then if the show doesn't do anything, then that's it. You end it. But you got to give them at least a second season.
They just became a team. We need to see what they're going to do.
What about the college years?
You also have to
or the Golden Crew.
The Golden Crew. Characters from other properties and other shows. I think the Pirates, the kids and the Pirates, this new planet that was kind of rediscovered. All of that can be peppered into all the other storylines very fluidly. And I'd love to see other characters come into the Skeleton Crew world that we're familiar with in Star Wars.
Absolutely. So there you go. Vicente summed it up. We need a couple of petitions. So we need season 2, a backstory for the Pirates, and we need those deleted scenes
for Christmas.
Sure. So yeah.
And everybody needs to have their own Black Series or TVC figures.
Yeah.
Yep.
Toys.
As well.
Absolutely. But guys, so as we start wrapping up here, first of all, thank you once again, for taking the time, hanging out here with us, hanging out with our people here in the chat. This is what Star Wars is really about, right? Just the connection, the love for sci-fi that we all have. And once again, I just wanted to say thank you for all your hard work. We heard some incredible stories of what you guys went through, right, while making this show, while being part of something, so awesome. And once again, it definitely, it shines through. Like I said, I'm not lying, when I said that this was my kids, or this has been my kids' favorite Star Wars show, ever. Like we go back to it like every so often. We'll watch the whole thing again. He was glued, every week, just waiting for the new episode to drop. And so I want to personally thank you for that, because, that allowed me to connect over something that I love very deeply, right? Star Wars, and with him, right? So I don't know that any other show, particularly would have allowed me to do so to that extent. So once again, thank you from myself. Thank you from everybody here in the chat for all your time, all your stories. Again, just for being here exactly 1 year after we got the premiere, right? So that worked out beautifully. We'll chalk it up to the Force. It was the will of the Force that we will be here, sitting together chatting about it. But yeah, that's all I can say. Again, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your stories, and thank you for being so awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for making it happen.
Appreciate all of you being part of the group chat with me, and us sitting there chatting away, and me having different side conversations with everyone. I appreciate all you guys so much, and the ones that I haven't met in person, I hope to meet you guys soon. I'll be coming to California probably next year. I'm going to try to come to the Lucas Museum So if I do, I definitely need to meet up with you guys and just say hi.
Yep.
Cool.
That can happen.
Nice to meet all you
Right.
guys.
Sounds like an in-person
Meet you
reunion.
guys too.
then.
Take care.
Yes.
Right. Good to see you,
See you
Gordon.
guys.
Nice to meet all the
You
rest
too.
of you.
We
Let's go
Thank
fly
you all.
drones sometime, Gordon.
Puppies.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
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 Got
That's
me
the way
into
to close.
drones.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
way to close it. Well,
All
guys,
right.
thank you so
Signing
much for
out.
tuning in. We appreciate everything, and may the force be with you.
Oh, and may
Always.
the force also be with you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That
Nice
was
job,
fun.
y'all.
Thanks, guys.
All right. And-
Sorry about that.
It was good seeing everybody.